What's up, nerds? I'm Leah here with Project Nerd, interviewing for the Dickens Horror Film Festival. With me today, I have Adam Wright and Tonya Hawkins here with their film Bliss Burger. How are you guys doing?
Good,
Great.
good.
Great.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining me. What can you tell me about your film? What is Bliss Burger about?
Tony, do you want to start this off?
No, you're the director. Go ahead. Give everyone your vision.
So Blissburger is about an Indian immigrant in the late '70s who comes to America to finish his PhD, but then we learn that really he's running away from an arranged marriage, and so once he comes to America, he kind of finds himself really isolated in this strange land, and he finds solace through this fast food company called Bliss Burger, and he kind of becomes addicted to it. And this really strange, weird transition happens through his addiction to these cheeseburgers. Plays out as a horror thriller.
Okay. So Adam, you directed, and Tonya, you were the executive producer. Where did the idea for the story come from for you, both of you?
Well, the idea for the story came from a long time ago, years back when I was still in college. I was staying at a house where the conditions were just less than ideal. We'll say it was just very cheap student living, and it was kind of a really rundown and disgusting place, to be honest. And there was a young German immigrant student who was staying at the house, and he was kind of appalled by the situation and was asking me all these questions. And it was his first time in America, and so it really got me thinking about this foreigner's this foreigner's like impressions of America and just like the consumer's culture and all that stuff.
Yeah, and Adam approached me with the script actually after he had already kind of been in pre-production on the film, and he and one of our other good filmmaker friends, he's also the DP on the project, Peter Harold, were already kind of laying the runway like to make the film. And then sort of fortuitously the universe dealt Adam a blow where he lost the warehouse where he was going to build the set for the film. And so he called me hoping that I might be able to help find a new place to make this masterpiece. And so he said, well, send me the script first, like let me see what you're trying to do here. And as fortune would have it, he sent me the script and I read it and I immediately knew the place. And I was like, wait, you don't need to build a set. I have a house, like a perfect location. And strangely enough, like that previous fall, a good friend of mine came back to town and came back in my life. And I got to go, like I just happened to run into him like 3 blocks from his house. So I got to go see his crib. And I was like, oh my God, this place is incredible. I have to make a movie here someday. And then fast forward like 5 months later, and Adam sends me this script, and it's literally like the house jumped out of the pages. It was so incredible. So he, of course, was like, yeah, you can make a movie here. I'd love it. So we ended up with the perfect location for the film. And it was literally like it jumped out of Adam's head into reality. It was so cool. So that's sort of how I came to be a producer in the project. And obviously it spun into much more. And I'm really grateful it did, because I believed in it. I believed in him, and the story, his ability as a storyteller and a director, and it just turned out incredible. I love it.
Where was the film shot, if you don't mind
In
me
Flint,
asking?
Michigan.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Did you guys face any challenges when you were filming the movie and having your vision come to life, even with such a great location?
Yeah, it was like the hottest September on record when we shot. It was smoking hot, and we had to shoot day for night a bunch of times during the shoot, and so we were sealing up all the windows, and there's no air conditioning in this old house,
On the
and
third
because
floor too.
it was on the
Oh my
third
gosh.
floor where all the heat just rose. Literally, I think everybody on the cast and crew lost like 5 pounds
Just
shooting.
sweating.
Oh my god, yeah, yeah. It's
That
true.
was definitely I would. That's what came to my mind immediately too. That was the biggest challenge was how hot it was and keeping the. Uh, well, I guess there's some scenes where the character is supposed to kind of actually be sweaty, but there's definitely times where we're trying desperately to keep him from.
Looking greasy. We're like, no, not yet. It's not time.
Did you have a very strong makeup department or somebody whose job that was, or was that kind of a huge challenge for you, making sure he didn't sweat everything out?
We did have a makeup person, and so that was really key. And yeah, she definitely had her hands full, because it was especially with the prosthetics, because there's prosthetic work in the film, and her trying to apply that on him when he was that hot and sweaty was super challenging. And so yeah, but she's great at what she does, so it worked out.
So, what more can you tell me about this monster? Because I haven't gotten a chance to see the film yet. So, how extensive is the prosthetic work? Is it?
It's like I guess it's the best way to put it. It's well, I had someone explain the film to me one time who watched it, where they described it as kind of like you think you're watching a B horror movie as you're watching it, but then as the film plays out, you realize you're like, oh no, this isn't a B horror movie. It's actually like there's a lot of layers to it, and it's more subtle in its approach than what you're expecting. It kind of subverts your expectations in that way. So the prosthetic work was um, uh, I don't know. I don't know how much I want to say about it. That doesn't. The prosthetic work is like it all comes through in the end,
Mhm.
and so I don't want to describe that part too much because I don't want to ruin the ending. But
But there's also a lot of ingenuity that was put into the practical effects in the
yeah,
film. There's really no special effects in the movie. We had a special effects, a VFX artist actually help us create the commercial for the burger company,
Okay.
but all the other effects you see in the movie are practically created, and that was really Shannon, Basala, and Adam. Like they just really, um, I like to call it, that like sort of do it yourself ingenuity. I mean, it's like you're on a budget and you have to stick to it, and so you know what I mean. Like you have to get creative, and so I think people will find when they watch the film that there's just a ton of really interesting things that are happening with the practical effects, and they're going to be like, how did they do that? So
Mhm.
it'll make for a fun Q&A.
Awesome. Was there anything that, or is there anything that you hope that audiences take away after watching the film? Is there sort of like a message or something that you hope they leave thinking or feeling?
there's yeah, I think the kind of surface level meaning to the film is where it's really making a lot of comments on consumerism. And so I guess for me, I just kind of hoping people, might take like the secondary or third, kind of meanings underneath the film where it's really, kind of questioning values and the role that the values that we are instilled in us growing up kind of have in our life. And if we can kind of escape them or break free from them or or maybe it's a bad thing if we turn our backs to them, and maybe they're there for a reason. So I think if people kind of question that kind of stuff as a result of the film, while also being entertained, I think that's what I hope for. Yeah.
Tonya, was there something for you, or when you were hearing about this film and getting involved, was there something that really made you want to jump in and get involved working on it?
For me, it was the fact that, yes, like there's that element of the culture clash, and the protagonist of the film sort of being torn between the two cultures, and um, you know that internal battle that's going on within him, and that was interesting to me, absolutely. But for me, the film, it's not dialogue heavy, and what I liked the most about it was the fact that it's a sensory tale. I like that type of storytelling very much, and that's the kind of storyteller I think Adam tends to be, and because I've known him for many years now, and I just thought it was going to be an exciting journey to go on with him and to see what we could make. And I especially loved. I was the post production supervisor, so I worked heavily on the film in post with him, and I really enjoyed the sound design process very much. And I think people are going to really enjoy that part of the movie too. So it's a really cool, like I said, it's just a really cool piece. It does have a lot of layers and messages, and I think we've talked to a lot of people, and it depends on who you are, what you take away from it. And I guess that's what I really loved about it, is it's horror, but it's a little art house too, so it's fun.
Yeah. Have you guys worked on anything together in the past, or was this your first project together?
Yeah, we worked on a feature film together. That's how we met. I was
Okay.
co-starring in that film, and I ended up associate producing on that as well. But Adam was the DP for that movie. It's called Kid Brother. So we worked on that project first, and then just developed a great friendship, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I have since switched to director from director of photography since those days, but
Yeah,
yeah, that was making that movie is a great memory for sure. Yeah, and
it is.
yeah.
Yeah, we've also worked on a doc piece together that is sort of still in its evolution right now. Documentaries tend to take a long time, so we're chugging away on that thing too, and having fun while we do
Yeah,
it. So, yeah.
yeah. That was going to be my next question. Do you have any projects coming up, either together or separately, that you want to plug or that you can talk about?
Yeah, like Tanya mentioned, we're working on a feature doc. I mean, as far as narrative stuff goes, I don't really have actually anything in the works right now at this moment.
He's got a script he's noodling on. Like, don't let him fool you. Like, he's not ready to like share it with the world yet. But he's got an idea that's taken seed. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, Tanya
But
obviously, Tanya will talk about it. Just finished a really big short or
I did.
shooting one.
Yeah. Well, I finished. So I executive produced on a feature that was shot during COVID in Canada called Neon Lights. That was with starring Kim Coates, and so that picture. We're still right now getting ready to decide strategy wise, like what we're looking at, like festivals, we're looking at different ways that we want to release the film. We're not sure yet, so there's a lot of partners on the movie, so we're just talking to distributors right now to see what our, I don't know, ultimate decision is going to be on the rollout for that. We may do a limited theatrical release, so we're working on that right now, and that's probably going to come out next year. And then I just shot this summer a short film with our DP from Bliss Burger, as he was as a director, and that's called Don't Be a Stranger, and that is in post production right now.
Okay. Wow, sounds like you're
Yeah,
keeping busy. That's awesome.
I'm trying.
Well, thanks guys so much for taking the time to meet with me today. Is there anything else you want to say about the film or projects you're working on?
It's
I
just
just hope people love it and enjoy it, and watch it with like like that open mind. Like we said, it's kind of there's a lot of cool layers if you just allow yourself to take it in.
Mhm. So it's playing at the Dickens Horror Film Festival. Is there anywhere else that people can go see it?
Yeah, American Horror Film Festival is going digital right now, and I think Horror Origins is going to have a digital aspect to their film festival as well, or virtual aspect to their film festival as well.
Yeah, and you can go to at Bliss Burger Movie on
Mhm.
Facebook and IG, and you know what I mean. Like, follow the film, and you'll be able to get all the information and stuff like that too.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much again for taking the time. Go check out Bliss Burger. Sounds like an awesome movie. I can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
All right,
Awesome.
you
Thanks for
too.
having us on the show.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.